Hi everyone, welcome back to Be Rich. If you notice, Kesav is not here today, and we have Sashwath, who's back from college for the weekend. Sunday today, so
Yeah.
I hope you're enjoying a peaceful Sunday. It's going to be Independence Day in a couple of more days. India is turning 76, and Shashwat has some important information to share with you guys. As investors, you're looking at investing at companies. What should be a ready reckoner? What are the things you should consider and think about before investing as a beginner? So, what do you have, Shashwat? What do you have for us today?
Yeah. So it's good to be back in the studio. The first thing which I wanted to talk about, which I think is the most important thing before you invest, is that you have to know what you really want to, what your investing goal is. So there can be multiple goals. There's no restriction on the amount of goals you can have. It's not that you should have only one goal or 10 goals or 20. You can have as many goals as you want. I'll give you an example of few goals, most common goals I've heard of and read about. One is I want to invest so that my kids' futures are insured and it's safe. That is a commendable goal, and that's something definitely which entails investing in equities and assets which basically grow over a period of time and which you don't need to take out right now, assuming your kid is still quite young, which is what generally is the case. So that is one case. Another case is I'm a student like me, and you are basically trying to invest what little you get from your part-time internships and jobs, odd jobs you do here and there, and you want to basically put away some amount of money so that you can, you get into the habit of saving and stuff. And this is also a commendable goal. And something which I think you need to keep in mind is that depending on what, or if you're investing for your retirement, that's another facet altogether. You might want to invest in slightly less risky assets, which all investment needs to protect the principal. That's the first objective. But you might want to invest in something like bonds, where you don't have much volatility in the price of the bond, especially if it's a highly rated corporate bond. You don't have much price volatility, especially in India, which is the case that you don't have much price volatility when it's highly rated corporate bonds, way above what GSEC or your government securities give you in terms of interest rate. Yeah.
GSEC bonds.
GSEC bonds, yeah. Depending on whether what your goals are, you might choose to invest in certain assets and choose not to invest in certain assets. And another thing which you need to keep in mind is that depending on your goal, you also need to set a time frame. It's you don't need to know exactly that on August 24th of 2020 of 2030 I need to be done with so much and so much. That's not what I'm talking about. What I'm saying is that in 10 years I want to be at a certain place, and it can be a qualitative goal. You might want to say in 10 years I want to be comfortable enough where I can retire, where I have enough money that I can maintain a certain lifestyle which I have in mind, and not have to worry about paying my son's college fees or my daughter's college fees or whatever the goal is. That is something which you can do. You just need some sort of generic, or rather not generic, but rather not a specific, but an idea in your mind of where you want to be in a certain amount of years. So set a time frame, set a goal, figure out where you are now, where you want to be, and what you need to do to get there. And there are different ways of investing to get where you want to be. Number two, which is what you have to do, is read a lot. Reading is one of the most important things to get better at investing. And I'm not saying read investing books. Yes, you should be reading investing books, but I'm also talking about reading annual reports, reading your newspapers, the research article, or rather the video which we put up on how to research. I think that drove home the point about you don't even need to read investing books to be a great investor. You just need to read very widely. So something which I've noticed a lot is that everyone in my family reads, and reads. They're very voracious, and not all of them read investing books, but they definitely read widely. They read about current affairs. They read about different things which are happening in the macroeconomy of not just India, but also in the US, China, Europe, mainland Europe, UK, and so on and so forth. So as you read, the better you get, and that's pretty much it for that. What do you think about it?
I agree. The reason why reading is paramount and most important is it broadens your mind. It helps you find solutions to problems that you can be facing, like the current drilling which is going on above us. I can't read myself out of it. So you learn to be stoic about such things. And mindset is very important. The most important thing in life is mindset. No matter how many loans you have, no matter what difficulties you're facing, In any situation in life, mindset is what is going to get you out of it. If you're facing a situation which is very difficult in life right now, be it personal or financial or a mix of both, mindset is what gets you out of it. Do remember, every saint has a past, every sinner has a future, as my sister always says. Even the Rock Dwayne Johnson story, if you see, which all of you youngsters seem to like and rally behind his kind of stories. No matter what you do in your past, if you decide to put your mind to something and you decide to work and be focused on it, it's achievable. That's the same thing about what Shastra says about setting financial goals. Setting the goal is important, then working towards your goal, bit by bit, step by step, is very important. These are some of the key things I want you to keep in mind as you go about doing this. This Independence Day, which is coming in a couple of days, you can take it as a day, like how we have New Year's Day resolution. Maybe you should start an Independence Day resolution.
Financial Independence
Day resolution. So you tell yourself a resolution: by next Independence Day, I'm going to be independent of A, B, C, D, E, F, G. It can be something you want to get rid of. It could be something you want to bring into your life. So you have 365 days to knock it off. Bit by bit, put it up. It can be anything from something as simple as, I want to buy a new bike, so I want to save towards that. So by next year, Independence Day, when India turns 77, I'm going to do this. Or it could be something like, I have so much of debt, I need to get rid of it by next year. I know, can't help you with the drill.
You need to build a habit, and building a habit is very important. And it's good to have big goals, which you set. And honestly, it doesn't even matter if your goal is just to buy a new bike by the end of next year. That's a great goal. If that goal gets you to invest, wonderful. And you can make the calculation. You can figure out how much you need to save in order to be able to buy the bike. And if you save maybe 10% more than what you need to buy for the bike, that's great. You can buy the bike and you'll have 10% more because you've already attached the habit of saving to you treating yourself. So that's one great way of doing it. And another thing is that once you save up for that bike, you might just end up saying, I don't want the bike. I'm very happy to see this amount of money which I've been able to muster up, which I didn't think I was able to. I thought that I had to take up an EMI to buy it. Now I have the money to just walk in, put a load of cash on the table and say, give me the bike. But and then you might decide not to do that. That's another way to get yourself to invest. And what the motivation for me was that I really wanted to buy a DSLR camera because I was into photography. And my older uncle and my granddad persuaded me away from it and said, why don't you just wait and think about it. Cameras keep, and he told me that cameras keep changing in terms of its technology, and what was great 2 years ago will be utter trash right now. And I mean, it makes sense. But it got me saving, and that's a nice thing which you can do. And that's something which you build a habit, have a goal, even if it's something materialistic. That's great. Have a materialistic goal, but build a habit surrounding it, and trust me, it'll do you wonders. It's like a nice springboard off of which you jump, and the joy you get out of having enough money to be able to buy what you want, but choosing not to buy it, is wonderful.
True. And it's these small victories in life will help you cement yourself that you have the thing to do it. Most of us fail to do something in life is because we don't believe we can achieve it. By achieving something small, like having a small goal, buying a new phone, or not falling asleep when your boss is talking on the camera, and these will propel us to achieve bigger goals in life. Nothing is built overnight. Things take time. Things take step at a time. So as you keep going at these steps at a time, I'm sure you'll reach these big goals in life.
Yeah, and finally, the most important thing, which everything is the most important thing, and this is also the most important thing, which is to SIP. SIP is a wonderful way for everyone, no matter whether you're retiring, whether you're planning for your children's future, or you're planning for your own future. There are many things for which SIP is a wonderful tool, and honestly, it's very underutilized. I don't think people realize how powerful SIPing is, and you don't need to SIP with someone. You can do it yourself by setting out 1,000 rupees every month or 2,000 rupees. You can go take a look at our video where we said how to buy a Ferrari, how to buy a Lamborghini. I mean, yes, the title was very catchy, but then the underlying point doesn't change at all. By investing just 2,000 rupees per month over, let's say, 25 years, you're going to be in a wonderful spot for you to be able to retire and have financial security and financial independence. So by the time India turns 100, a lot of you might very well be financially independent, owning that bungalow which you want to own, owning those bikes which you want to have in your bike collection, and have those cars in your car collection. This is very possible, and SIP is going to be your best friend to get you there.
And just 2 generations back, most of our grandparents and great-grandparents didn't have all these options. They didn't have loans. You couldn't take these loans at all easily, and nor could you do any shipping or investment. So anything they had to buy, they had to save it and collect the money entirely and then buy it. So you guys are very lucky, your generation, Shasha's generation, that you have options to invest and buy, you have options to borrow and buy, you have many, many options. I don't suggest borrowing and buying, but you have these options. So do use your options and leverage yourself to achieving your dreams.
And those are the most important things which you need to know before you start investing.
True. Anyway, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. It being a Sunday, we didn't want to rattle on too much more than this. Do go enjoy your Sunday. Have a wonderful day off as the week starts again tomorrow. Do subscribe to our video and turn on the bell notification icon so you'll be notified every time we have a new video and new content out for you guys. And Monday, hopefully this drilling would have stopped and we'll be back to some normalcy in our studio.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's a great privilege and honor that so many of you in thousands have subscribed to my channel and have supported me. I have written 2 books in English, The Alchemy of Money and Ordinary Stocks, Extraordinary Profits. These books are published by us and are ready. If you want to procure a copy, send us a message to the WhatsApp number given below and my team would respond to you. If you want an Amazon Kindle copy, you can click the link below. Finally, those who wish to consult with me can send a mail to berichenglish@gmail.com. Once again, I thank you for your support. If you like this video, press the subscribe button of my channel, hit the like button and turn on the bell notification.